Hey guys, welcome to another video of mine, and today we will talk about content marketing. It's the thing for 2020, and if you're not following content marketing, then you're gone almost. And the people you're learning content marketing from, usually they really don't have a lot of good accolades, honestly. And today I have with me Pankhuri Kumari, and let me tell you first thing to excite you more that she is. Has done MBA from IIMs and also brand management from MICA, and these are the two most premier institutes in business administration in the country itself. So just to tell you something that she is the best at what she does, and we're going to take out each and everything from her so that we can give you enough value. I've seen Pankuri working. I have talked to her before also on casual conversation about how to do content marketing, and she has helped me a lot. I've been following her work on Instagram, LinkedIn, everywhere, and trust me, it's the most amazing content marketing, one of the most amazing content marketers I personally have come across. And she will be answering a lot of my questions, because when I take Q&A sessions like these, I am not only the host, but I'm also one of the spectators out there. I'm also the part of the audience, and I'm going to ask what my audience asked me. So I have asked a lot of people to give me some questions, and Pankuri will be answering it. She doesn't know what the questions will be, and so this is how we prove it. So before starting out, I would like to say please like, share, and subscribe to this video if you really want to be marketing smart, because I will be bringing top marketers across the globe to you. So Pankuri, welcome and thank you so much for joining today.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me here. I'm very glad and very happy to meet every one of you.
Yeah, actually, everybody is very glad and honored that, and because see, first I've given them the testament that you are from the most premier institutes in India. But now, when we will proceed with this section, they'll know the kind of value, because I will be asking real questions. Because what I see in content marketing also, when people tell
Yeah,
about content marketing or they do a
yeah.
lot of tutorials, they hide the most important things, and to make
Right.
overcomplicate, they overcomplicate the stuff. And my job on this channel is to simplify marketing for them, and that's why I brought
Sure.
you, because I know you can simplify it a lot better. So
Yes.
because now you know that, let's just get started with this, that a lot of people are now more concerned about content marketing in 2020. And
Right. Right.
I have personally seen a lot of brands are following. And if you're not following, trust me, just a quick word for my audience, if you're not following, the chances are you will be left behind, because that's the only thing which can save your organic growth. Ads are going to be expensive. Content marketing is going to make you be in the game. Understand this thing. Trust me on this. This is the most important thing. You Google it, you'll find the same thing from everyone out there. But just for layman's, when we talk about content marketing, I've started my own business, for example, just starting out everything. Somebody told it to me, okay, content marketing is the best next thing, but I don't know
Mm-hmm.
it. What do you tell them in the most easy, because the marketing vocabulary is very difficult also for a lot of people out there. So just go on, please.
Okay. So I'll just try to simplify it. And content marketing is a strategic approach in which we are focused on creating quality content, and we share this quality content on various online platforms in different forms. Maybe it could be a blogs, it could be a vlog, it could be insta post, it could be any article, it could be social media post. And nowadays there are more channels coming up, videos, audios. So there are many channels through which we develop this content, and then we share this content. As you rightly said, advertisement is not something that we typically want to read or share, right? I mean, instead, we try to focus on creating value added content with a primary function of distributing it through paid or unpaid channels. So
Exactly.
now what do I mean by value added content is which gives some real solution to the customer's problem. Either it gives some information, it provides some solution, it has to be useful enough, right?
Yeah, like what we are doing right now, that we are giving
Yeah,
value to the audience. So when I used to learn content marketing, from HubSpot Academy or a lot of channels, the important thing as a layman, which they don't explain, is that what they are doing is content marketing. So this is an example. We are giving you content. We are marketers. We're giving you value. We're not charging anything upfront. We're just making your life a lot easier. We're giving you information and insights. So this is what content marketing is. If you don't understand, even after explaining in such a easy language. So uh, let's head back to what content marketing is now. I Very interesting from your the thing you just said. So I just want to ask you something based on that you just
yeah,
said that we cannot rely on ads, and that's true. We cannot, because ad price are going to go up every single day. Everybody's competing for the same ad slots. Perfectly fine.
right,
But the thing is, when you integrate content marketing with ads, it's a deadly combination.
right.
Rather
So
than
we
selling something upfront, yeah, in the first process, if we do ads, I just want your take on that because I've seen HubSpot doing it more frequently.
right. So what we said, these are the distribution channels and paid distribution channels through which we promote this content.
Mhm,
Instead of saying that these are advertisement, we would say
mhm,
that these are contents which we are promoting through different channels. This could be paid channels. We can promote this on Facebook by
mhm.
paying some amount, just like we do for advertisement. But the
Exactly.
major difference is we are not selling a brand. What we are selling is an information solution or something. So for example, there are many examples where, for example, Venus blade, so they provide myths and information related to saving, like what will happen when you are saving. So I think men and women nowadays, men too, can relate to it, that what are the myths around saving. The hair doesn't comes taller, it's not darker, it's not thicker. So these are the myths that they are busting. They are not selling ki, hey, come to me and buy my razor. This is true for universally for all the industry. So we are not selling something. Instead, we are providing some useful information there. And ultimately what it leads to is increased sales and
Mhm,
cost effective. It is much more cost effective. The similar content
mhm.
could be reused and modified and used on different social media platforms.
Exactly, exactly. But now the thing is, everybody's posting on Facebook, everybody's posting on Instagram, YouTube, and it's so much cluttered, so much content out there. So much content. Every day I get on YouTube, YouTube is suggesting me some rough videos, and they are like recently uploaded, and everybody's talking same shit, honestly. But
Yeah,
how to make sure that my content is best? That's the thing. Now, what are the tips you want to give to the audience just to make sure that whether they're creating any product or any content marketing strategy, content is the key king. This is the old
right,
adage, everybody has heard about it, but how to make sure that my content becomes the king in my industry?
right. Okay, so there are so many of buzzwords going on: creative, innovative, fancy, all these things. But none of this really translates to something. I mean, what do you mean by creative? There is no measurement to creative, right? There are so many terms going on. But quickly coming to the point is, I'll give three words, which is valuable. It must always be valuable to consumers. Second would be relevant. As per the time, as per the situation, the content must be relevant. And the third is, it should be consistent. You just cannot post one good content one day and next day onwards you're not posting anything. It has to be consistently good, so that every time people come, they find a good content and they stick to you. And that's how we will get more loyal customers. Because
Exactly.
ultimately there is no point of any marketing activity if we are not able to pull the users, or we are not able to generate sales. It just, we are not forcing them. We are giving them information and they are taking the decisions of sticking with the brand. So
Exactly.
that's how it's not a pull marketing. Instead, it's more of a, it's not a push marketing. Sorry. It's not push marketing like advertisements and
It's more inbound.
notifications.
It's more inbound,
Yeah,
bringing
we are
people
not
to
doing
you.
that. Yeah,
Now,
we are attracting consumer to our platform.
I get this point. And what I totally agree with you that consistency is the key. Now, One thing I would like to tell the audience, that when you think content marketing is very difficult or very competitive, there are two things which a lot of people are not following, and that's why I say there's no competition. Why? Because if you see, uh, people don't focus on quality. Most people don't focus on quality, and so you are not competing with those. I can use a curse word here because I'm usually trying to be, uh, you know, as blatant with you, because see, I am not here to make over any image. I am here to just be exactly the way I am to you, because that's how we should be, and that's the real. So we don't have to put any filter. So from those people, you're not competing. The second thing is consistency, because content marketing is hard. Creating videos like this is hard, and if we are putting in consistently, that's when we are competing. So you're just competing with the top 10% out there who are doing qualitative content, which is, just Pankhuri mentioned that, value addition to their lives. And the second is consistency, which I totally believe in. If you're not consistent, you created two videos and forgotten for the month or so, you are out. Nobody's going to care about you, and that's the truth. So it's happy. But now let's move to a very difficult question here. Okay,
Okay.
I know I have a good content. I know how to build a good content. I have created my content calendar. For those of you who don't know what is a content calendar, just go Google and just use there as well. I cannot exactly explain you everything out here, because we have got time constraints and we have got so many questions to ask from Pankuri here. So the second thing is, I have all the things sorted: good content and good content calendar as well. That okay, I'll be posting every, like, for example, 2 times a week. But
Yeah.
then what's the process? I want to start it. I don't know what to start it. I just have content, and I know that this is the frequency I'll be making, but there should be a process for the strategy, that I'll be posting this much on Facebook, I'll be posting this much on YouTube, blah blah blah. It's so convoluted. People make it so difficult, and especially these content marketing experts. Except for
Yeah.
you, I have met a lot of content marketers, and they deliberately make things difficult so that they can sell.
Yeah, that is truth. But how we go about creating content, and so recently there was a company which had came to us for content marketing. They are into the domain of skill set development. So they are an skill set development organization, and they cater to schools and college students. So
Mhm.
they help them develop their life, communication skills, soft skills, like debating, negotiations. So these kind of things. So now they came to us for content marketing. So the first step is understanding who are your users. There is no point of targeting the entire universe or the entire globe. If my
Yes.
users, target users, are only the students, then I should only think that if I would be a student, what I would want to see from this domain. And hence we have a very targeted approach. We go, we understand the market, we see that what these students would be needing. So once we did that, we understood that we can develop some content which is relevant, which
Hmm.
is informative, and also then how we can make it interesting. Then we created some quiz around so that users can come, and then they can
User can
play the
engage.
quiz, they can check their scores, and hence they can share it with their friends and say, hey, you also play the quiz and see what's your score. And then every month we kept on updating it with the current affairs. Now content cannot be just it can be a local content as well as it could be a global content.
Hmm.
So then we started creating contents for other countries, so it widens
Okay.
the horizon of students, so it's more interesting
Hmm.
for them. They are getting more knowledge about other countries. We
Exactly.
created a huge database of all these things. And once you start posting a content, there could be two funnels, two strategies to
Okay.
follow. First, we create a bigger content, like a keynote speech, like an article, or maybe a blog or a vlog, depending on how we
Hmm.
want to target them. And then we shorten down the funnel of that content. So we create a bigger chunk of content, then we post it, we analyze that which part. So we go very scientifically into the content marketing approach. Once we create a bigger content, we analyze that for which part we are getting the maximum curiosity. So we ask students ki, okay, which questions you find interesting or which one you want to know, just post it in comments. So we see that which part of it is getting better response. Then from that part of it we started creating shorter contents,
Mm-hmm.
which could be again posted on Facebook as a daily quiz activities, on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram as daily quiz activities. And
Mm-hmm.
also again in that we do more analysis and figure out that at what time, again in this short content, which content are getting more more information, or which contents are getting more likes, more shares, more shareability are there. So as per that, then we can also personalize this content, and when we are going to schools and colleges, it gives us much better understanding. We take first hand information from those students as well. We merge this both content, and then we come up with the final, you know um, I mean it's a continuous improvement process, nothing is perfect, and the environment is changing so fast that you need to keep on updating with the trend. So it
Exactly.
goes all in hand. So we also analyze that, so you were telling about advertisement, so we analyze that what are the main keywords that are getting searched on Google,
Yeah.
and then we try to answer that questions, because we are seeing that okay, there are 10 queries coming about, what happened into the China, or maybe for example what is coronavirus. For example, if there would be a medical practitioner and they want to create a content, they should follow this trend, so that they can put the relevant information. And since it's already in trend, so many people are searching it, by default if your content is better, your content is more valuable, it will get maximum likes, shares, right? So that's how it works. It all the things goes hand in hand, and the trends, the requirement, we analyze all of it, take it together, and then we create the right content.
Exactly. But now, when I have my content strategy, I have good content, everything with me. But then also something makes me really kill myself when I think about it, which is the right channels to use. Right channels to
Okay.
use. And every business, we first have to try all the channels, and we have to understand which channel is working for us and which channel is not working for us. But then also, before starting out, for example, as a B2B brand, so for me,
Right.
promoting my content over YouTube and LinkedIn makes more sense than compared to Facebook, because Facebook, when you get on Facebook, you're not in a zone to learn a lot. But when you are on LinkedIn, you are in a zone to learn a lot. And obviously, we cannot post this video on TikTok. First, it's the time dimension, but we can break it into 1 minute pieces as well. But also, people are not there in the mood to learn; they're there to entertain themselves. So if you can draw a line, or maybe give them some tips, content marketing tips to use channels effectively, or maybe starting out that, okay, when you're starting out a B2C brand, you have to focus on Instagram and this, because what I've seen that everybody tends to follow like this one channel approach.
Yeah.
They don't like to try to broaden their horizons, or they are not risk takers. But you have to be on all channels altogether. And if you're
Yeah.
not, then the chances are you'll be wasting a lot of your efforts, because if you can get more eyeballs for it, why don't you get? It's as simple, sometimes this thing really pisses me off when I see a lot of brands just promoting over Instagram. Now Instagram is going dead. In
Yeah.
years time, it's gonna stop giving a lot of organic traffic. But people are so worried, and people still want to stick to it. They don't want to come out of shell. So what do you want to say to them about the channels, or maybe simplify them, or give them some confidence to use all the channels?
Yeah, most definitely. And also, I think somewhere we get blocked down by the channels that we use and we are most comfortable with. But the younger generation comes up with something new, they are following something new. I think most of us are, the elder generation were sticking to Facebook because they were much more comfortable with Facebook. They didn't
Exactly.
like the concept of Instagram much. Once our generation got hooked to Instagram, they were okay with Instagram. Now they are not very much happy with TikTok. But the younger generations than us
Is
are following TikTok. And then
exactly.
if we are going only by our thought process, if it's just, instead of, it should be based on a scientific research that what channel is getting you how much traffic, and accordingly we need to divide our content on all the channels. It cannot be equal on all the channels, but at the same time we cannot ignore any channel. And if
Exactly.
we know what is the purpose of the brand, it becomes very meaningful to derive and channelize this content. And also you were telling about risk, so Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, social media, Reddit, Quora. There are so many channels which everyone knows. But when you're talking about risk, I would say examples of Red Bull. For example, Red Bull does extreme events, and Red Bull doesn't promote itself in that extreme events. For example, surfboarding, paragliding, jumping, sky jumping. So it just sponsors this event, and there is just a logo of Red Bull there. But this is also a channel of promotion. So many people just watches this content because it gives them, that adrenaline rush. It gives them like, Red Bull, you are an adventure junkie, you love Red Bull, because
Exactly.
that's why Red Bull has positioned itself. So you also need to take some risk, venture into some innovative channels, like, also these days, this short series concepts are coming up. So tripling was sponsored by Tata Tiago. So these kind of innovative and new channels of YouTube videos, short videos, memes. Some brands are using memes to promote themselves, and normally you would think, you go and tell someone, they would be like, memes?
Yeah. Huh.
That's like too much for them. But yes, we need to be experimenting. We need to do the experimentation and really see all the channels how it works, and if something is a good fit for the organization, then why not? We should definitely go ahead with it.
Exactly. Now, people don't get this point really well, and it's a quick tip for them. See, don't just go where everybody is going because they are unnecessarily increasing the competition, and
Yeah,
that
cost.
platform is saturated if everybody's following it. So the chances of you becoming successful in that just goes to like minimum like 1 to 2%. But when you get more creative, with people like Pankhuri and with companies like Market Squads, what we have will help you create innovation, creativity in where there is low competition. Because when there is low competition, the chances of you getting there is important. It's not that you're saying, okay, you're telling me to get feared from my competition. No, I'm not telling you that. I'm just telling you're asking you to be a little bit smarter out there. I mean, you don't have to
Yeah.
play dumb. You don't have to have ego when it comes to your content marketing strategy. If something can give you more eyeballs, just go and get it. That's as simple as it is. I mean, I don't know. People get worked up and say, okay, how can you say that I am not very competing? So this is one thing. Just go and get out there. But
And
Mhm.
uh, from my personal experience, what I have seen, the shareability of these contents are very high, because here you are targeting the specific users who are genuinely interested in that content.
Exactly.
Only adventure sports loving people would go and see that video of Red Bull, right? And they will
Yes.
share it with all their community people who are into adventure sports. And
Hmm.
hence it kind of works as a word of mouth publicity as well. And also, the customer loyalty is really, really very high in these kind of contents and
Exactly.
marketing strategies. So
Exactly.
it ultimately results to higher sales. If we see over a period of long term, it
Mhm.
increases the sales because it retains the customers that we generate once.
Exactly. Now, with the last question, I would like to take with Pankhuri here, and it's very important because Market Squads is organizing an event, the future of digital marketing. So, obviously, under digital marketing umbrella, there's one important thing is trends. Okay, trends in content marketing plays the major role as we talked about. So, what, according to you, are trends or the future of content marketing looks like? And just a quick disclaimer, go to gmcon.org. The event is in the UK, London, and just go and get on 9 June 2020. I'll also be bringing Firas tomorrow, who is the chairman of this conference, and he'll be talking more about this. But important thing is because we have this opportunity to talk with Pankuri here, so we'll be asking her what's her take on the future of content marketing or the trends, because they are one and the same things.
Yeah, so as the technology is improving so fast, the most of the changes would come in respect to the technology. For example, instead of static post, we have already moved to GIFs and animation. From GIFs and animation, we are moving towards videos. From this, from the blogs and from the written articles, we will move towards more of vlogs. We will move towards small videos, audio clips that would be working much better in coming 2020.
Hmm.
Also, all these strategies needs to be data driven. These generation, no one is gonna give you time for, we will develop an emotional feeling, or okay, it's working. Everyone wants to see that what is the
Exactly.
data and what is the result. So it has to be data driven. AI is artificial intelligence is coming soon into this system, you know. We are making up platforms where we can integrate all these trends together,
Actually,
and we
a
can
markets
make
coach
more
team is
intelligent.
working on an AI tool which we will be giving for free for all the people who will be joining the
Wow,
conference, and
that
it's
is
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, we are working with top US firms, and they're helping us build this AI tool which can exactly tell you, it's going to be a surprise. So for that, these guys have to come or wait till 9 June, but it's going to be a game changer in the industry, and I'm promising it. It's my word for it. You take it, and when you see it, you will be like blown away, honestly. So yes, trends are there, and different sorts of content, data driven AI, it's making huge impact. You don't have to be overwhelmed. If you are really overwhelmed, it's okay, no problem, just go and hire us. We'll help you with it initially, and we can really help you with it, because we know it sometimes it becomes very complex for a lot of people to go with content strategy and everything. But you'll get with it. Just get free, because market squads give free consultation. I don't know about Black Swan is Pankhuri's company, and so if you want free consultation, if she can, I'll leave her LinkedIn profile in the in the link, in the YouTube description. You guys go and connect with her on LinkedIn, and she'll help you with what she just talked about on content strategy. And alternatively, you can come to market squads for that as well. So with that being said, I would like to wrap this session up. I would again thank you so much for coming and giving such value to our audience. It's so amazing to see a content marketing expert giving insights which usually people don't like sharing, because it's the business point of view. And I just want like to keep everything out, because the more I give, the more people will trust on my ability to give them results. And thanks for joining us. If you would like to conclude or say for final words, but also I would recommend to ask people to like, share, and subscribe from your end to this channel as well, because I'm creating a lot of value as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know, thank you so much for calling me here, hosting me here, and it's totally my pleasure. And yeah, we are working. Even I'm working on my second book now, and hopefully there will be more creative content coming out
So
personally and
I'll also be
professionally.
leaving Pankhuri's books link in the description as well. So you just go and get the value out there as well. And yes, maybe Pankhuri will give discounts to the listeners of this YouTube
For
channel for
sure.
something. So I'll also be leaving the code. See, if she's not going to give it, you can go and ask on her LinkedIn profile that why she hasn't left a discount code for you guys. But I'll try to make sure that she does. So with that being said, I would like to wrap this session up. It was amazing, and I'll hope to see you in my further interviews as well. We'll talk deep, and we'll talk more about content strategy on for the
Okay.
expert level people, because this is more like for beginners and
Quite level.
intermediates.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now once you subscribe to this channel, you get used to the fact that we'll be bringing more expert content for you, and subscribe it. So bye bye, and we'll meet in the next video.